Look at that. What's up, everybody? I'd like to welcome you to the newest podcast under the BGW umbrella. Not that umbrella, but but it is called the Until the Final Whistle podcast. It is a football podcast brought to you by me, myself, Nolo Green.
DMac Tardy.
Call me Cheevers.
Absolutely. We're going to talk about some football a little bit today. We are 1 day away from, by the time we drop this, it'll be tomorrow. So will be the day of the football season starting with the Chiefs and the Ravens for Thursday night football. But going into the season, we have each of us have coming out with the three things that we are looking most forward to. My first one of what we're looking for most forward to is the three-peat of the Chiefs. How the three-peat, the road to the three-peat. Because if we're being honest, last year, that was probably the worst Chiefs team they had, offensively at least.
Yeah.
You had a bunch of receivers with bricks for hands.
Right.
You had Kadarius Toney not knowing what side of the football field to be on. You had the man couldn't do anything right. Had one of the most exciting plays in football ever that would have won the game, and they got called back because he don't know what he's doing. But
look, man, he off the squad now. That in itself is a improvement of the wide receiver room. Doesn't matter what else they did.
Dog, my man got a DMP during the Super Bowl. They said, "Nah, you don't need to be on the field.
Go on, sit down, collect his rings on."
Absolutely, but they replaced Kadarius Toney with Hollywood Brown from the Arizona Cardinals and Xavier Worthy from the Texas University, the man who ran the fastest 40 ever in the combine history, and the Bills just traded him to the Chiefs like shit was sweet. I don't understand it. You just like
they never seen what Mahomes can do with a speedster already.
Right? You just let him get Tyreek Hill again? That's what we doing?
Faster Tyreek Hill, really.
Fast?
The dude's probably faster than him.
Hey man, I don't know what they got planned, but I know what they about to do. And that's probably win this three-peat. At least they're gonna try it. We'll see how it goes for this season, but I'm really excited about that. DMac, what is your first one?
I want to see what Lamar Jackson do with all the pressures that he have on him with. He first it was, him, excelling in the playoffs. He scratched that. Then, making it to the AFC Championship game. Scratch that. Now it's all right, can he win the big one? He got talent around him. He got a new running back that could kind of help him out with the running game. Still got the same receiver core, got a mature Zay Flowers, in the slot, who wasn't a bad receiver last year. It's just a couple of things that, he need to tune up. Like if he would have had the maturity level, that I'm hoping that he have this year, it probably would have been a different outcome last year, as far as them making it to the Super Bowl. He had that one of the it was like a big play celebration, and boom, got a flag, and it kind of was the momentum changer last year in the championship game.
He also fumbled, didn't he?
Also fumbled.
Fumbled right before the goal line.
And if you play football, even just watched it or been around football, one of the things that they teach you earlier on is having a short attention span, and that's in all sports. Like you make a mistake and, you just got to go to the next play. It seemed like that one play affected him the entire game. And that just comes from being young. You want to do great. You got great expectations. They didn't give him an $8 million signing bonus for a freshman. I'm not freshman, but a rookie off board. And, but he learned a lot from that receiver core. They had like Odell Beckham and, a stellar receiver core, Mike Edwards. Oh no, not Mike Edwards, but what was the tight end name again?
Yeah, to me, that's probably going to be the biggest thing for him. With Mark Andrews, the tight end
Mark
coming back.
Andrews,
yeah.
That's one of those. He's not quite like a Kelsey, but like he's still one of those game-changing type tight ends. And
solid.
Having him come back after such a lengthy injury and an offense that was already pretty good, you hate to hear that cliche that's almost as good as a new signing, but it kind of is.
Hey, they got two good tight ends because Lively came in and started cooking as well.
Exactly.
Like shout out to him on my fantasy team. I appreciate him so much. But Cheevers, what are you most looking forward to? Your first one.
Man, one of the things I'm most looking forward to is Harbaugh going to really turn around the Chargers. Like, is Herbert going to forever be the next coming of Phillip Rivers, where he's just going to put up crazy numbers, but he's never actually going to win nothing? Like, I have worries about their wide receiver core. It's looking like they're going to roll with Quentin Johnson again, but because you have to, because he drafted him, and they brought in the whitest name in the NFL, Lad McConkey. And like they let Eckler go. I can't remember who they have at running back outside of him bringing in Blake Corum, and like he's just trying to make
it's J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins, like if he can stay healthy, maybe, and he went and got himself Blake Corum so he could run it like Michigan. It's weird to have so much mistrust in a team, even though they did reset what could be argued is the biggest problem they had with Staley and the other coaching staff. So I think a lot of it's probably going to fall on Herbert on if he can finally make that leap that everyone wants to label him as one of those top elite quarterbacks.
I think the only thing holding them back is talent, because they got the coach
and the
down.
Chiefs.
And the Chiefs. And
they do have
Patrick
the unfortunate reality of being in the Patrick Mahomes division, and I think we're seeing another instance of like the old Patriots, to where you can just go ahead and pencil them in, don't even worry about it. No one's going to challenge them.
Hey man, when you got to go up against Patrick Mahomes the second every single time, I don't know what you're going to do. I wish them luck. I don't think they're going to do too much this year, but hey. We'll see how it goes. That's what makes football great.
He throws a behind the back pass. If he throws one of the behind the back passes in a real game, I'm turning TV off.
Hey, he Jordan, dog. I've been to Jordan, baby.
Once he do that shit, I might be on like, yeah, three-peat. Give it to him.
I don't even know why we playing the games anymore.
Yeah, like let's just fast forward. Let's simulate this game and get to 25, 26.
Can we simulate to the playoffs? Just get to the playoffs already.
Yeah,
we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this day go. My second thing. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Is that one of the plays that Taylor Swift drew up? Because it's rumored that she's been drawing up plays for the Chiefs. So you think,
man, if she don't go touring again or something, like.
Hey man, she called that first play bad blood, so it's all good, man. The second thing I'm looking forward to this year is our man Aaron Rodgers. Does he still have it? Man is 40 years old, coming off an Achilles injury, and all he really has to do for the Jets to be somewhat successful is be mediocre. Don't be trash. That is all you have to do. Don't be trash personified Wilson. What I forgot his first name, but him. Don't be, as long as you are better than him. Zach Wilson, yes. As long as you're better than him, then I see the Jets easily making the playoffs. I'm not saying they're gonna win the division, but they'll at least make the playoffs because they are stacked. They have Bryce Hall. They have Wilson at a wide receiver. They have a shutdown corner and one of the best defenses in the NFL, even after losing a couple pieces, and with the best pass rusher who has not even showed up to camp yet, and they still probably gonna be a great defense. So all Aaron Rodgers got to do is show up and not fuck up.
I mean, Zach showed that, that team could be pretty decent. I mean, I know he didn't play as well as we wanted him to, but that first game showed something like that. If you put somebody back there that they can do something. They can do something. You know, defense. They had a stellar. They had a solid defense last year.
Top 3.
And so like that can. You can only go so far, but that can hold you up in games where it get close. And we know this is the football is, you know, they say defense wins championships, but offense is where the money is being made at, you know, figuratively and literally, you know, in that standpoint. So if they could put some points on the board and stop a team to at least, you know, 14, 21 points a game, then they might can make some numbers, and they got the right person for the job. And I'm using Cam Newton terminology, he's a game changer. He's not a game manager quarterback. And I know there's a lot of controversy if that's a derogatory term, but if he becomes a game manager, that's all they really need to be successful.
He ain't got to be great, bro.
That's the crazy thing about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is going into like one of those situations a rookie quarterback dreams of getting drafted into, right? They got like what may have been a top 5 defense last year, and that was before getting Hassan Reddick. If he's going to play or not, nobody really knows. They got Sauce Gardner, is one of the best young corners in the league. They just extended Michael Carter 2 yesterday, I think. So like the secondary's locked down. The defense already isn't giving up a lot of points. He's got Garrett Wilson, who is arguably one of the better young wide receivers that you don't hear about a lot because his quarterback was Zach Wilson. Right. So like if he goes out there and he plays like NFL average, I can't argue with them not winning like 10 games.
Nah, I can't argue with that either. And then the caveat on what you said about Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson is phenomenal. You know, great route runner, got decent speed, can separate himself from a cornerback. Now, if he could do, you know, at least 60% of what he did with who he had in Green Bay again? Not Hopkins, but who Aaron Rodgers had in Green Bay.
Oh, Adams.
Adams.
Deontay Adams. If he do Devontae Adams, if he have like at least 50 or 60% of the success that he had with Garrett, because we already know that Aaron doesn't need a big window to get, you know, to get his point across. So it's definitely going to be exciting to see. Which is going to go to another topic that we got.
Absolutely. Cheevers, what is your second thing you're looking forward to?
My second thing I'm looking forward to the most is our second-year quarterbacks. Are we going to see the continued ascendance of C.J. Stroud? Is he going to take the new offense he's got now? They brought in Mixon. They brought in Diggs. Is he going to just keep ascending into the conversation to be with the Burrow, Mahomes, and Jackson? Is Jordan Love going to continue his solid career? I know he's not necessarily a second-year player, but he is a second-year starter. And he did bring Green Bay into the playoffs last year and made a pretty scary run for certain panelists on this podcast.
Tell me about it.
And then Bryce Young, is he just gonna suffer down there in Carolina?
Shut up.
I didn't say a word yet. I didn't say a word yet.
I saw your face.
We can get to trashing the Cowboys later.
It's all good, y'all. We have lots of time to trash my team later. It's okay. It's fine. My bad.
All season.
The delivery.
But is Bryce Young gonna suffer in Carolina? Does he have the talent we think he can have? Because we all know how the NFL can be fickle. Like he's like one more bad season away from basically being given up on and then turning into like the next Darnold or any of those other high profile guys that just probably are going to back up the rest of their career.
Hey, Darnold on his third try.
Right.
And he's starting again. So
starting again. That is crazy. With Bryce Young, though, I feel like they actually have like a good staff now where they actually believe in him. The first thing they did was sign 2 guards. Not sexy. Those are not sexy pickups in free agency at all, but they will help you protect your quarterback because he was running for his life last year and he couldn't do anything. And he's already 5'11", so he's not the biggest and tallest guy. So you got to give him time. He's always been pretty good at being able to throw over the middle. At least give him some time so he can continue to flourish and show us the things that he was doing in Alabama that made him worthy of the number 1 pick.
Right. And we got to remember too, fellas, that the offense wasn't necessarily built around him last year. I don't think they was ready for him to come in as fast. Like he came in literally like a minute into the first game of the season. So they already had packages that was laid out for Donald. And he was a seasoned quarterback. And we already know that from the college game, but no matter how good you are, the college game to the NFL game, one of the biggest changes is those defensive ends coming off the ball. They come off very, very fast. And if you have a weak line with a quarterback that's ill-experienced that takes at least on average 3 seconds to get the ball off, you're gonna have trouble. You're gonna have trouble offensively. So hopefully this year, he's seen that it takes a little quicker to get off the ball to make a decision whether he's going to scramble or throw, but also the new pickups on the offensive line is what's going to help his developmental curve. So I'm definitely got a spotlight on him as well.
Absolutely. That receiving core be giving me depression though.
Deontay Johnson.
I do like the young kid Leggett though. I think he's gonna be something. But
hey, we could. Hey man, they might win 3 games, and that's okay. As long as Bryce Young looks better, because all this is just
that's
help,
all they
hopefully
need, really.
to see, just to see if he is the guy. Because they don't got a backup plan because they didn't draft another quarterback because it would have been terrible if they drafted a quarterback already. But it's not abandoned ship yet with Bryce Young. DMac, what is the second thing you're looking forward to this season?
Similar to what Cheevers said about development of the second year quarterback, but I just want to see. I'm most excited to see the heavy star power of the quarterbacks this year. Compared to last year, like it's about 8 to 9 starting quarterbacks that have phenomenal star power around their names. Like even going to the rookie quarterback over there in Chicago, Caleb Williams, to CJ Stroud to see what he's gonna do the second year. The return of Aaron Rodgers, will he make the move? Like it's a quarterback heavy league. Even the quarterback that we don't think that's going to be, successful, what will they do with their teams? Like Russell Wilson, big name, but and to be quite frankly, he didn't have a bad year last year. Just the system that here, like if you look at his stats, it was normal Russell Wilson, but it wasn't. I don't think he was used to that type of system that Sean Payton had around him. But with that being said, we seen Bo Nix going crazy in the preseason. Even like with my team with the Saints, like we got a quarterback controversy now. Like at first, it was automatic that Derek Carr was going to start. Now, the rumblings everywhere. Like I just got off the phone with my older brother. Happy birthday, Josh McCray.
Happy birthday.
You know what I'm saying? He turned, well, when y'all see this, he turned he old, turned 38 yesterday. But we got the phone talking about like,
but he's older than me, bro. Let me have these victories. Let me have these victories.
Yeah, for bro a little bit. But nah, we had this conversation early before we got on the pod. It was like, hey, I might need to start Rattler. And I'm like, hey, Spencer looking good back there. So, and I could go on and on to the quarterbacks that's, starting out, like LSU quarterback, Daniels over there at the Commanders. You go on and on to a lot of rookie quarterbacks that got good star power to see what they're going to do with their offense. So I'm just excited to see that because once, every year where it's, it was a quarterback-driven league where the NFL has been going to with rule changes and everything. It's a good year to watch football. So I'm very excited to see that.
Hey man, love it. My final. Oh, we got something to say? Go ahead, Cheevers.
Yeah, we got to talk about that a little bit because people forget like how many guys were hurt last year, right? Because I think Burrow went out. Richardson went out. Rodgers went out. Herbert went out. I think Trevor Lawrence missed games. I don't want to talk about Nasty Man, but like
Trevor Lawrence actually didn't miss any games.
I thought he did.
He missed a half. And then played the rest of the season terribly, but played the rest of the season.
Maybe he should have missed games. And like, I don't like talking about Nasty Man, but like, people forget that Flacco was starting games at the end of that year. Like, there was some crazy quarterback stuff going on last year. So
he said Nasty Man. That's crazy.
Hey, bro. Put it this way: they had to get Flacco out of there. There was no way Flacco could have been the backup to Deshaun Watson. And Deshaun Watson played terribly. And then the fans are like, where's Flacco, dog? Get Nasty Man the fuck out of here.
Not after that run. Gone. Dude was dropping 5 touchdown games. Like, yo, you got to go.
And you know how it is with when you have a black starter quarterback, better have a black backup if you want to be successful. If you want to be
back.
Hey man, it just is what it is. The Browns, that's another team. All they need is a quarterback to be average. Can you be average? And then we are good.
And he had missed games because of suspension, right?
And then not that year. He played. He was fine. He was healthy. He just got hurt. And then when he got hurt, well, let me phrase that. He was trash. Then he got hurt, and then Flacco came in and saved their season. Even though he didn't play the best, but he played well enough.
Flacco has won his Super Bowl. He didn't care. He was just out there slanging.
Exactly. That man was like, I don't care how many picks I throw. We trying to win, baby.
Exactly.
We trying
to had that Brett Favre mentality.
He down there somewhere. Pretty much.
My final stats are stats. I don't care what they are.
Interceptions, touchdowns. My final one. It's maybe a tad bit controversial. And it's the fall of the Philadelphia Eagles. So the reason I know people are looking at my hat and they're like, you just a Dallas Cowboys fan hating. And that's okay. You can believe that. But you can't tell me that team that you watched last year that started off 10-1 and then couldn't find no way to win a game at the end of the season. Head coach probably should have got fired because he is mismanaging everything that he is touching. That's why they don't let him touch the offense no more. Don't let him touch defense no more. He is just the head coach. He doesn't get along with his quarterback, the one that you just paid almost $200 million. So I don't see it, man. Because did they get Saquon Barkley? Saquon Barkley, absolutely. That offense may be humming for a little bit, but they're not putting enough respect on Kelsey being gone. Kelsey being gone, he's a Hall of Fame center, probably one of the best centers to ever touch the field, and he is gone now. And you think that offensive line is just going to go back to being the greatest offensive line that they've been in the league for like the past few years? Ain't no way, bro. And he picked his replacement. You think this man, Kelsey, is just out here he's going to pick somebody that's going to be just as good as him?
He might. Bro, like, all right, so and they do that in college sometimes too. Like once somebody goes to the NFL, the coach go to, the star player and ask, who you think need to fill their position based off of the mentorship you gave them. So it's a pride level in that as well. And we see how Jason Kelsey is like with just himself. Like he is confident within himself to do whatever he want to do, right? And I think that confidence is going to bleed over into, I'll pick somebody that's, you're going to be as good or even better than me without feeling like any ego behind it. And with that same ego that you might think that he have is that, okay, I'm going to pick somebody that is good because now the world knows that I picked somebody for this position. So even though it's not me playing, it's still
it gives them the cachet. It gives them the cachet or whatever. I understand what you're saying. You know what I'm gonna say though? He ain't gonna be no damn Hall of Famer.
I mean, the book ain't written yet. Like he even put one chapter in the book yet. That you just wishful thinking because of that Jerry Jones hat you got on right there. I don't even want to call it what it is.
This ain't wishful thinking, bro. They didn't fix every problem they got. They kind of fixed their secondary. Then Bradbury gone 68 weeks to begin the start of the season. Their linebackers are still suspect as hell. And their defensive line is just getting another year older. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that they fall off.
You know what makes me so mad about this take that Laurel has decided to grace us with? Yeah. Is that like I so bad just want to be like, this man's just coping. But like at the same time, I hate like kind of agreeing with it. And I'm sitting here and I was like, you don't have to agree. You don't have to agree. Like you look at the Eagles, right, and they got Brown and they got Smith, both wide receivers on big money, which I was told you cannot do, and that's why the Bengals are in an apparent mess.
Hey, hey man, they play a different cap salary cap over there.
And you're looking at it and you're like, I can't not trust the offense, but maybe the line thing is real. I think the biggest thing with the Eagles, their defense absolutely capitulated last year. And it's supposed to be better than that. They got all them boys from Georgia, and they were supposed to be crazy, and then it didn't really work out. They had the one guy on the line, was it Carter?
Jalen Carter from Georgia.
Yeah, he was supposed to be crazy, and he kind of wasn't. I feel like if their defense can turn around, they could win the division. But if they don't, though, I don't think they got a chance.
And you also got to factor in too that Hurts got hurt mid-season. Like he wasn't really, and he had that big bulky ass knee brace on damn near half the season. So with that offensive line too, they was used to playing one way, but they couldn't really play as the normal that they was playing because he wasn't scrambling as much, and to kind of help them. He had to stay in. He was forced to stay in the pocket. He couldn't really. He wasn't as mobile as he was before, and so hopefully with a healthy Jalen Hurts, we can see that. But the tush push is going to be definitely on the radar this year without Jason Kelce. So we definitely want to see what they're going to do in 4th and 1. Are they going to fake it a little bit more? Or are they going to actually do it? Will they still be? They're
gonna push it to death until that joint don't work no more.
Man, I don't know, man. That they might, but the personnel, the main, like you said, the main focus of the person, they get them there.
You know what you're gonna hear on every broadcast?
What's that?
Jalen Hurts squats 600 pounds. Or whatever outrageous amount that he be squatting.
Only if it's Sunday Night Football. Chris Collinsworth loves bringing up that weird shit.
That's only 2.5 linemen. Or maybe 2. There's only 2 linemen. He still got some more left.
Hey, I'm with you 100%, man. DMac, what are you thirdly looking most forward to?
The Saints winning the Super Bowl.
Oh, this nigga is wilding. Oh my god.
It's our year this year, it don't matter what quarterback you put back there. The Saints gonna win it all this year, baby. And you heard it here first. Matter of fact, if you use any of those betting sites, just put it on right now. You put in 1,000, you're gonna win $1 million. Because I bet you they got it like -10 or some shit like that. It don't fucking matter.
Saints y'all plus
goal, baby. Who that? Who that gonna beat them?
As a newly reformed Bengals fan who has finally seen the light, I love the confidence because I finally have that in my life. But that's one of the craziest things I've heard, man. I just don't know. Man. You talk about Derek Carr.
The second craziest thing you heard? Who they? And that sounds something similar to somebody else that made something famous. And you being a Bengals fan, you should be ashamed of yourself. But y'all losing.
Oh.
And we should copyright who with D and anything after that, no Diddy. So doggone the who they should be banned from the NFL, and I'm gonna start that petition. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I want to look up who came up with it first, but I'm also like half scared of finding out the real answer because I don't really know.
Oh, don't worry, y'all keep talking. I'll find out.
It don't matter who came with it first. Is whoever came with it and it became more famous. Who that is way more famous than who they. When anytime the Bengals say who they, it's like, damn, they biting off the Saints. And then now that y'all got Joe Burrow over there, who's an honorary Louisianian, it kind of
who that was first.
I knew it. I didn't want to.
Worst days of my life.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it, but because if I would have said it, it would sound like I was lying. But there you go, and you can look it up yourself, Cheevers. And I like you, man. You're a smart individual. So hopefully that you'll agree with me that y'all need to stop that coming up with your own chant up in Ohio. Y'all already took one of our pride jewels in Joe Burrow, who's supposed to my opinion, should have been the predecessor or the backup for Joe. I mean, not for Drew Brees. That'd have been a perfect story since you like stories and finishing stories. But the story that's gonna finish this year, Saints winning it all, baby. Who that?
You know what? Because I like the way you put all that, and I like your bravado. I give you that. We'll see y'all in New Orleans. It'll be fun.
Better. Hopefully,
you mean do you play them this year? Because I know they're gonna be in the Super Bowl. That's that way. Ain't gonna be no Saints.
Nah, he seen us in New Orleans. You heard him. You know, and also
y'all get to watch it on TV.
Also, you already know what I was about to say. Also, it's been a little trend where the Super Bowl been at. Last year kind of got skipped, but I think the trend about to start back. Wherever the Super Bowl been hosted.
I mean, we did have to play the Rams in LA. That was whack.
And then they had Tampa Bay. They had Tampa Bay.
Had theirs, yeah.
I'm just saying.
We ain't have to worry about last year. We all knew the Raiders won't go make it.
And then it's rumors that the Hot Boys reunion this year and Lil Wayne.
Weezy Fest. I seen it.
It ain't gonna stop there. Look, Jay-Z is over the production of the Super Bowl halftime show. Lil Wayne definitely performing. Bro, I'm telling you, it's just it's either us or the Green Bay Packers.
His team, the team he supports, his actual team. Hey, bro, you know what? Shout out to you. I'm not even gonna do what I usually do in this situation, which is hate and then be like, put money up. I would just let you have your delusion and move on to Cheevers with his third and final thing.
And Larell, I'm all about delusional fanhood nowadays. Speaking of being delusional, let's stay in the NFC South. One of the things I'm looking forward to the most is Kirk Cousins going to come back healthy and absolutely ball out with the Atlanta offensive weapons.
I can't have that. That's contradicting what I.
My man's over there. He's like, oh no, I can't do that. I can't root for this.
Can't have that.
The Falcons to me have probably one of the best safety rooms in the NFL. I think they got an opportunistic style defense. I think they're going to create a lot of. I don't think they're going to stop a lot of stuff. I think they're going to give up a lot of yards, but I think they're going to create a lot of turnovers. And then you see the offensive weapons they had while I'm not even going to remember his name. The UC quarterback was there. And they bring in Kirk Cousins, who throughout his career has done nothing but put up statistics. He's not the prettiest guy. He's a little bit of a weirdo with his chains. But he knows how to ball out. And he threw all the yards to Justin Jefferson. I think he might ball out down there in Atlanta. He gets to play inside. He don't got to worry about the weather.
That is true. We got the halo down here. I live in Atlanta.
Look at him. My man was slipping up. He said we. Oh,
that's the stadium here. That's what I meant to say, but
I'm
definitely not
just
a
fucking
bird.
with you, bro. I'm just fucking with you, bro. I saw a reason I could pounce, and I said yes.
I gotta go home in a few weeks, man. I can't have that on my jacket.
They not gonna let you in the crib, bro. What you mean? But nah. I mean, when we get to our division joints, that's who I'm really rocking with. I think Atlanta's gonna be the ones who win the South. I think Kirk Cousins is gonna actually give them a quarterback who can deliver the ball. They have all the weapons in the world. Drake London, Bijan Robinson. You might even see the resurgence, well, the debut of their tight end who don't get no shine because don't know he ain't never had a quarterback to actually give him anything because Matt Ryan was old. What's up? What's up, my man?
It came out today that Kyle Pitts might miss time. He might be hurt.
Oh man, damn. Well, I mean, I'm sure they got another tight end somewhere. But hey, they still got other weapons. We good. Like you said, the defense is much improved. I think they'll be very opportunistic, and I can see things happening. I can see things happening with them.
I don't, but okay.
So, okay, let me ask this question then. Are you saying this being optimistic because you want your team to be good, and are you just hating on the Falcons?
I'm gonna put it like this, bro. And all right, the quarterback position that the Falcons have, right, is eerily reminiscent to Matt Ryan for the fact that, Matt Ryan, Hall of Famer, phenomenal talent. He was a regular season champion, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He like playoffs come. Granted, he had Julio to bail him out on some of the plays that they did, but he wasn't like that for real in the playoffs. I mean, he did get him to the Super Bowl. Granted,
man, he bust Aaron Rodgers' ass that one time. It was great.
Yeah, and maybe they get the same, lightning strike twice in the bottle, but you not being consistent in the playoffs shows that what will happen in pivotal moments even when you are up. And, even when you up and you playing, sometimes you get that, all right, I can, relax a little bit and all of this. And then what happened? Boom. The biggest comeback in NFL history. Now, I'm not going to say that's going to happen with Kirk Cousins. But what I am going to say is Kirk Cousins, phenomenal player in the regular season. Playoff time, not too much.
Hey, as I said before, Kirk Cousins may not be a legend on the field, but he a legend at the bank, baby. That man is paid. Yeah. He will continue to be paid. That man has nerves of steel. He go out there with no contract, just 1 year contracts after 1 year contracts and balls out and said, "You got to pay me out." He might not be good in the playoffs, but it's all good, man. It happens.
That wouldn't matter. I don't care.
I agree. But I don't need them to be. I don't want them to be that good. I just want them to be entertaining.
That's almost that question that they asked. I forgot who asked who, but in Paid in Full, would you rather be rich and lose it all, or never have it at the first part?
Hey, if I can get paid and just not be the best professionally, but still get paid like one, give it to me, baby. That's the American dream.
About making the playoffs and losing it, like
that's cool.
Man, that probably hurt.
Hey, you know what makes me feel better? All them millions, baby. All them millions. But all right, we're gonna move on to the next topic. We got Cheevers. Get your shine on.
Oh, that's me. See, what had happened was, right. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. I was rereading the Dragon Ball manga recently, right? And this is an idea that popped into my head the first time you texted me. I was like, bro, what about this podcast thing? Remember when we tried it like 20 years ago? We want to try it again and like actually try this time. And I was like, I got you. And I was like, the Z fighters, right? Goku and Gohan and Vegeta and all them. Like, what if you compare them to quarterbacks, right? Because Goku easily Patrick Mahomes. There's no argument, right? Gohan, you could say Joe Burrow. He got up that one time. He had his one shining moment. But then, like, who would be Vegeta, real?
Oh, you already know who my Vegeta is. And his name is Lamar Jackson. Forever second best. And I wish he wasn't always second best. And I hope that, and I wish he can beat Goku one time, but it ain't been looking good. It's what he's like 1-3 against the Chiefs, and he ain't never beat them in the playoffs. That's a damn show.
You know who else comes second best a lot, and like he's a quarterback I've been so sick of hearing about these past 3 years. Kind of selfishly, because I always feel like because we're such a small market, I don't know if like DMac, you in New Orleans get this, but like sometimes they just don't want to talk about your team, so they always talked about Josh Allen. How many times we need to see that dude lose to Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah.
Y'all ain't bored?
Hey, I will say, it don't be his fault. It don't be his fault they be losing.
The hell it ain't. And he's
So you believe wins are a quarterback stat?
Yeah, in the NFL, yeah.
Okay, I'm just curious. Hey man, I just don't put all the because we put it that way. A lot of teams that got a lot of QBs that won a Super Bowl ain't do a damn thing in that Super Bowl. The team around them did their thing for them, like Peyton Manning. Like the Broncos took the corpse of Peyton Manning to the Super Bowl and beat Cam down with that unbelievable defense. That's just why I just don't like the.
You got to look at the fact that Eli Manning's got 2 Super Bowl wins.
I'm
not taking the guy's talent away.
Do that to Eli. We're gonna do that to Eli now.
We are gonna do that to Eli because Eli don't. Eli has 2 Super Bowl wins because he has amazing defenses each time.
He did his thing too, though.
But then like Drew Brees only got
amazing. Never seen it before.
So like Eli gets to win 2, but Drew Brees, massively more talented, only gets to win the 1. That just don't seem fair, man.
That's true,
dog. Guess how many playoff wins Eli got minus those 2 Super Bowl seasons?
Yeah, they were kind of on that run of either they win the Super Bowl or they don't do nothing.
Exactly. I was about to say y'all won't say nothing, and that's the answer is nothing. 0. They ain't win not a 1. That is it. The only time they win if they win the first game, they win the Super Bowl. They win the Super Bowl. Who is
Yamcha, Lorel?
Oh, Yamcha. Yamcha, in my professional opinion, is Carson Wentz. And I know you're thinking, he's not no starting quarterback. And Yamcha's not a starting DBZ person, so why does it matter? They match perfectly. Yamcha had a spark when he started, and now he's just garbage. That man used to be one of the strongest on earth, and then just out here getting murdered multiple times. Out here had to get the Dragon Balls to save him. And the thing that made me and Carson Palmer, that made me think that even more was, remember that game the last time Carson Palmer was a starter with the Commanders and they went up against the Philadelphia Eagles and the Eagles sacked that man like 7 times. He literally did the Yamcha pose each and every time he got sacked. Every single time. And it brought a beautiful smile to my face. Even if I hate the Eagles, it was still funny. Well, nothing felt funny than that.
Carson Wentz got one of the most all-time fall from graces you've ever seen. They were talking about MVP, dude gets hurt, the guy behind him goes and wins the Super Bowl for him, and then after that, it's just like the man did nothing but downward spiral.
Man, you gotta do a lot on your psyche, man. Like you brought them all the way there, and you not even your backup became the MVP,
right? Does that say more for how good the Eagles were, like how stacked of a team that Eagles team was all around, more than it was like he was good?
Now Nick Foles was good. Remember, he started before Vic.
I don't know.
What happened before that? What happened after that?
Shit, yeah.
Exactly.
He got hurt, and he probably just felt the most healthy. I don't know, man.
That man went to Kansas City or wherever he went. He went to wherever he went afterwards. It was big trash. Ain't do nothing.
I'll try
Ain't
to
do
pull
nothing.
tape.
Oh yeah, I understand. I get it. You was trying to get it. You was like, hey, it is okay. So we are a tad bit on our dead set time. So we're not gonna. Everyone is not gonna do the division winner. All right, we're gonna do our division winners and our wild cards, and then do the the championship games and Super Bowl, and we're just gonna run through these joints because
All right.
we'll talk about why how we got to this, and then we'll just go from there. Because me and Cheevers have a money league fantasy draft, and I have to defend. I have to defend my 2-time fantasy championship. So I have to get to that.
It's at 8:30, right?
It's at 8:45.
Okay.
Oh, it's at 9:00, but I like to have a little bit of time before we get into it and whatnot. But yes, so we're gonna start with the AFC, and for the AFC East, I have the Bills winning the AFC East, Texans winning the South, Chiefs winning the West, Ravens winning the North, Bengals, Dolphins, Jets as the wild cards. What you got, Cheevers?
AFC, I got the Texans winning the South, Dolphins winning the East, Chiefs winning the West, Bengals winning the North because I'm a homer. Ravens getting a wild card, Jaguars getting a wild card, and the Jets are our last wild card team.
No Bills. That is outrageous to me, but I understand. You have this again. You have this thing against Josh Allen and whatnot, and that's okay. Damn, that's wild. That is a wild statement. That man is out there carrying that team, but I understand that's hate. DMac, who do you have for the AFC?
I got the Bills winning the East. I got the Chiefs winning the West. I got the Ravens winning the North. I got the Texans winning the South. And I got the Colts, the Bengals, and the Jets in the wild card.
Man, no Dolphins. That's interesting.
Shout out Trent Richardson, man.
Yeah. As long as Trent Richardson stays healthy, I think they'll be fine. If he can play the whole season, they'll be good to go. I have no doubt. Or else it's going to be Flacco time. So for my AFC Championship game, I know my first thing I was looking forward to was talk about the Chiefs and their three-peat, but I don't have them winning. I don't have them in the AFC Championship game. The Patrick Mahomes Invitational, he is not there. I have the Bengals and the Ravens in the third matchup of the year for the AFC Championship. I see the Bengals eliminating the Chiefs early on in the division round, and I have the Ravens beating the Bengals to go on to be in the Super Bowl.
The thing that hurts the most about when you talked to me about this, when we were discussing things, it's the fact that you wanted to use this narrative that Lamar was finally going to exercise his demons, and then to use my team as the team to get the Chiefs out of his way for him and then lose to him. It's painful. However, I can see where you're coming from, because we got one of the biggest problems I think the Bengals have is the interior D-line. And if what we did not improve that interior D-line, and Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson are firing in all cylinders, I could see them rushing for 400 yards a game, and it's not going to be fun.
Not at all. Not at all. Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson rushing attack sounds outrageous.
No, that's all. They might run the option.
Right?
Georgia Tech back in the day, ugly Navy football nonsense.
Reggie Ball.
Wing T.
My God.
The wing T.
They're gonna have that formation where there's three backs back behind the quarterback. That is wing T, isn't it?
Yes. Who do you got in the championship game?
I have Cincinnati hosting the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game because like until proven otherwise, you have to pencil them in.
I understand.
And then I got this narrative I'm building up for a Joe Burrow revenge season.
He's Cody. I understand. You said he Cody.
He got the haircut.
He do got the he do got the haircut, and he's blonde now. So he looks more and more like Cody every day. DMac, who do you have in your AFC Championship game?
I got the Ravens and the Colts.
Wow. That is one I did not expect you to hear, but all right, cool.
I think that's gonna be a sleeper team this year, man. The Colts. I think the Colts gonna be a sleeper team this year, and of course the Ravens gonna
setting
win
it up.
get the Super Bowl.
All right, you also have the Ravens.
They're gonna beat the Colts for leaving Baltimore. They're gonna be like, you should have never left Baltimore. This is what you're getting at.
Revenge. All right, so the NFC, I have the Cowboys winning the East, the Falcons winning the South, the 49ers winning the West, the Packers winning the North, and the wild card teams, I have the Rams, the Lions, and the Bears.
So for my NFC East, I have the Eagles winning the East. I have the Seahawks winning the West. I have the Bears winning the North, and I have the Saints winning the South. And 3 teams for wild card is the Cowboys, the 49ers, and the Lions.
He didn't want to say it.
He did it. Hey, wait. Who did you had the Rams winning the West?
Nah, I had the Rams winning the
the West.
I had the Seahawks winning.
Oh, yeah, the Seahawks winning you don't even got the Rams making the playoffs. Oh shit. Okay.
Shout out Geno Smith.
No, I said 49ers. I said 49ers winning the West and the Rams winning going to the wild card.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So my NFC gets a little unhinged, so y'all just gonna have to bear with this one. I got the Rams winning the West. I got the Falcons winning the South. I got the Cowboys winning the East. And then I have the 49ers being the top wild card, which means the remaining 3 teams in the NFC are all in the NFC North. We're just going to go ahead and pencil in the Packers as the last wild card team, which means either the Bears or the Lions have won the North. And I'm thinking the Bears are going to win the North because I am a believer in Caleb Williams and his painted nails.
Hey, man, those painted nails know how to throw a damn football, baby. So for the NFC Championship game, much in the same vein that I have in the AFC, I have it being a battle of division foes. And it is the Lions taking on the Packers. And the Lions will defeat the Packers. And the Lions go to the Super Bowl. And we have the blackest Super Bowl ever of cities-wise, of Detroit versus the Baltimore. And it's going to be great. And I was like, yeah, the crazy thing. And then they all get to go down to New Orleans. That sounds like a magnificent melting pot.
According to your standards, it's gonna be the rematch of Tank versus Frank Martin, and we seen what Tank did in Detroit.
He beat Detroit ass. That was not that won't get it all. That won't get it all. D-Mac, what you got for your NFC and Super Bowl?
I got Saints in Detroit, and Saints, going to the Super Bowl and winning.
Man, this is the most homerific ass shit I've ever seen. And they talk about Cowboys fans out here talking about their team gonna always win the Super Bowl. I'm the only one out of everyone here who did not have their team in the championship game. and both of you,
because Mike McCarthy ain't gonna get there. You don't even got to talk about it.
That's not the point, dog. I was being realistic. I don't know about the rest of you. You know what? At least with Cheevers, I can somewhat believe it. Now, this man, my man from New Liberia, Louisiana, out here believing that
Spencer. If you don't believe in your team, that's your life. My life, I believe in my team this year.
Hey, Hey man, you out here believing that either Spencer Rattler or Derek Carr is gonna quarterback your New Orleans Saints to a Super Bowl championship.
Yep.
That is a pipe dream,
Home
a fantasy.
game.
Look,
Super Bowl
man.
gonna be a home game.
Look, man.
A fantasy.
Anyways, for my NFC championship, it's going to sound more and more unhinged. I got the Bears playing the Rams in the NFC championship.
Yes,
But this is where the Caleb Williams momentum ends. I got the Rams winning the NFC championship, going to go against the Bengals, who are going to beat the Chiefs in the AFC championship for a rematch down in New Orleans against the Rams, where Joe Burrow, and I decided to do this 100% on purpose because I was invited to this BGW hosted thing. I wanted to make a wrestling meme. I don't really watch wrestling, but I know who Cody Rhodes is. I watch WrestleMania and live tweet it and have no idea what's going on. It's the craziest thing ever. Joe Burrow is going to finish the story. We are going to beat the Rams in the Super Bowl, and I'm going to run around my apartment screaming, probably scaring the neighbors. It's going to be the best day ever.
Hey, man, you know what? Again, very homerific, but believable. I can believe yours. Now, do I think the Bears are going to make it to the NFC Championship game? No, not really. But hey, whatever. Stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened. But at the end of the year in New Orleans, it is Joe Burrow picking up the Lombardi Trophy. I can see that. That sounds believable and like not out of the realm of possibility. So more power to you, man. More power to you. But yeah, man, that is the first episode of Until the Final Whistle. Hope you enjoyed it. It has been great. DMac, feel free to let people know where to find you.
And you can find me on the Super Bowl with the Saints gonna win that motherfucker.
This motherfucker is out here wilding.
You can't wait that long. You find me on Instagram and Twitter at DMac Tardy.
This nigga is delusional. All right, Cheevers, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter, if they still call it that, at Cheevers 1989. Tagline the antagonist, where I like to antagonize and say dumb shit.
Absolutely. You can find me at Relay of the Leaf on Twitter and Instagram. Follow. We don't have a pod page yet, but we will. But you can follow our original pod, the Black Guy Wrestling Podcast, at BGW Pod on both platforms. And this is Until the Final Whistle. Absolutely. See the shirt. Fuck his shirt, though. Until y'all have a great.
I'm trying to be nice today.
Hey man, that's cool, and I appreciate that. But it's still fuck your team. And I hope y'all have a
this man is in here hating on us.
I ain't hating on you, Cheevers, and I'm just telling the truth, baby. I hope y'all have a wonderful evening or day, whenever the hell you decide to listen to this. Peace.
Peace out to my world.